Alright guys, this guy looks cool, he has zero play value, but here's the biggest problem with this figure. In fact, this whole design. Why does Iron Man need a heavy construction armor? It's not like this thing will make new armors for him, because he has a machine to do that already, and I kind of get it that he would need it to construct big buildings or vehicles, but with vehicles he probably has a machine already made for that, and with the buildings, in Avengers, he built Stark Towers with his normal Iron Man suit. So, why would he need a new one just for construction, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. What up, YouTube? Balboa here with a brand new review, and guess what? It's another Iron Man 3 toy. This time, it's the Stryker Iron Man armor. Figure 7. Okay. Packaging is pretty good. I mean, there's a few things I can say about this line that are good, and one of them is the packaging. But they make the mistake of showing the prototype figure, which looks a lot nicer. The gray is a lot lighter and looks a lot nicer. Along with the energy blade accessory here, it looks a lot better. Also, here's the picture of the bio. Alright, so there's packaging on this toy. And let's get to the toy. The toy itself looks cool. That's all I can say. I mean, it looks like a cool armor. Okay? But there's not much you can do about it. I mean, these toys are just desk toys. You put them on your desk, you're doing some homework, then you decide to take a little break, mix and match them, have one or two, and then there you go. You go back to work 5 minutes later because you're bored of them. Alright, so let's talk about the stuff I like on this figure. Well, I like the design. It looks cool. Let's start with the head. The head looks really cool. Similar to the War Machine sculpt, but it is a unique sculpt, so I like it. The chest is pretty cool. It looks nice and has some nice detailing, even on the back. These arms are pretty cool. I like the yellow paint and the striping on the side. Plus the back has some decent detail, and it looks cool, even though he's trying to be all frenzy and wubble from Transformers Generation 1. The legs look nice. They got some decent sculpting to the front, but better in the back, actually. I even like the little piston thing, which reminds me of RoboCop. Oh yeah, and his hands are splayed open grabby hands, so if you can find something small enough, he probably could hold some stuff. Now let's talk about articulation on this figure. It's the exact same articulation we haven't got. If you see my review of this guy and the other figures, nothing too spectacular. And by the way, he is a little bit bigger than most figures. So, quick one down. Ball jointed head, but it only lets it look left and right. The arms only go up and, the legs only go up and down. The arms do lock in certain positions, but they can move a full 360. And one thing I like is that they do lock, so these hammer type pounder things go straight forward, which would make sense, so if you want to do some punching poses. And they go out. One thing I want to note that it's on my figure, and I don't know if this is a common issue, but this side, when I start to move it, it likes to pop out of the joint. So I'll start moving it, and you see it pops out. It also happens with its interchangeable arms. And I don't know if it's just mine, or it's a common issue, but it's something you want to be aware of. So if yours is like that, please let me know. That way I at least know it's a common issue. Okay, so let's talk about its accessories. It comes with these two reused missile launchers that we've seen a couple times. So if you already have a figure that had these, there's nothing new. Exact same color and everything. But the one thing I like is that the way these are sculpted and they peg on, it's pretty flush and looks decent. So yeah. Now let's talk about its accessories, as in the interchangeable arms. These are two brand new molds, and I gotta say, they look nice. Except for the paint on them. I mean, why white? Couldn't you have just used like gray arms? I mean, yeah, some of them didn't make sense, like how the Star Booster armor had a blue chainsaw and then a orangey weird color and a black arm, but it didn't look as bad as these white arms. I mean, these would actually fit on the Starburst armor and look nice, but with him, they really don't. So let's start with this arm. Here it is. Oh yeah, and it also pops out of the joint when you move it. So Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, the color scheme doesn't work, and I honestly don't know what this is. I mean, is this supposed to be like a nail barrel that shoots them to hammer them in or something? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I really don't like it. It's just so weird. Alright, now let's talk about this arm. It looks decent. I mean, I get the construction thing, because a plasma blade to cut materials actually wouldn't make sense. But here's the thing. The paint on this doesn't make sense. I just don't like the white on this for this figure. But here's the part that just pisses me off. It has an elbow joint. You mean this whole time Hasbro knew how to make an elbow joint? And these figures needed articulation to be cool, because right now they just look cool. They don't play or do anything. And now you decide to give us an elbow joint, and it's just on one of the interchangeable arms, not even on the arms that you will display this guy on, because this is Iron Man Armor 25, because it was in the movie, it's on the official Iron Man list. And by the way, Hasbro, repaint this armor green. Repaint this armor green, because 26, which is on the official Iron Man list, is the Gamma armor, and its description is the heavy construction armor upgraded. So guess what? You just do a cheap repaint, and you would get another figure that's on the list and was, I believe, in the movie. You see this one in the movie, and I don't remember actually seeing the Gamma version in the movie, but it's on the list, so collectors will pick it up. And you're not going to do that, of course. Why? Because Hasbro is just like, middle finger to you guys. We don't care about you collectors anymore. Alright, so let's change it out. I like the blade, but seriously, the paint on this just doesn't make sense. I mean, the gold could have worked with the yellow here, but just the white, it doesn't look nice. And yeah, the elbow joint is appreciated, but why just on this toy? Just this arm? These figures could have used better articulation. Alright, just calm down. So, my final thoughts on the figure. There's only 3 reasons why you should buy this figure. You like the design, you're a completist like me, or, and the most important reason, you want this armor because it was in the movie. It was in the movie, you see it once or twice, and it's on the official Iron Man list. Those are your 3 reasons for buying it, and only 2 of them actually make sense. I mean, well, you like the design, that's one thing, but being completist and the fact that it was in the movie. So yeah, there's my review of the Striker armor, which, by the way, that name is so lame. It's not a Striker armor, it's a heavy construction armor. I mean, when I did my Battle Ball talk on the Iron Man 3 figures, and I talked about this guy, even I could tell that it was a construction armor due to the paint on it. But whatever. So, there's my review of this guy. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of the figures. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Normal stuff. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter if you haven't. And I'll see you guys with another review. Till then.